The Pittsburgh Penguins have made an absolutely shocking move. This is wild. Kyle Dubas has signed Ville Koivunen to an absolutely ludicrous 8-year extension. We're going to be talking about that on today's edition of Penguins Digest. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, I woke up this morning and I was like, Ville Koivunen, 8 years? We're going to go through it. I don't know what to say. But before we do that, make sure you guys do, of course, subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 67.5% of viewers who are not subscribed to Penguins Digest. So if you're on that large portion of Penguins Digest viewers, hit that subscribe button because we are coming at you with everything Penguins related throughout the offseason. And in the last video I said it's been pretty boring. This is wild. 8 years for Ville Koivunen. I don't know what to say. We got a lot to get through in this video about the signing. I personally am, kind of baffled by it. But we're going to go through this together. Maybe we'll come to a conclusion here. Leave a comment what you guys think about the Ville Koivunen signing. I think it's crazy. Anyway, it's first on the docket. This came out earlier today. The Penguins have re-signed restricted free agent Ville Koivunen to an 8-year contract. I was sent this this tweet, I guess post, whatever you want to call it now. And I was like, 8 years, that's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't have given him 8 years. If you guys have been around the channel long enough, you guys know I was at one point the president of the Ville Koivunen fan club, and I got impeached, whatever it may be, from that because he just didn't have a good season, and I was riding out for my boy, but, hey, this is crazy. 8-year contract, Ville Koivunen, wild. This was from the press release from that post, obviously. The contract runs through 2033, 2034. Wow, that's just even crazy to look at. And carries an average annual value of $4 million. $4 million is absolutely crazy. Koivunen, I'm going to read this, so bear with me. Koivunen, 23, spent the 2025-2026 season split between Pittsburgh and Wilkes-Barre-Scranton. With Pittsburgh, he notched 7 points in 39 games. Not that good. He also had 41 points in 34 games with Wilkes-Barre. That's better. He led the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins in assists, ranked second in points, and had the highest points per game average on the team. He was named AHL Player of the Month for February, notching 16 points in 11 games. In the Calder Cup playoffs, he was tied for second on the team with 9 points in 15 games, helping them reach the conference finals. You just gave someone who had 7 points, what did that say? 7 points in 39 games, an 8-year contract for $4 million. I think that's wild. That is absolutely crazy to me. I mean, no disrespect, but look at his NHL numbers. Of course, he had that crazy run 2 seasons ago when he was acquired in the Jake Guentzel trade. 7 points in 8 games. But then this past year with the Penguins, he really wasn't good. I mean, we talked about this at length. They played him all over the lineup. He couldn't hack it on the first line. He couldn't really hack it on the third line. Again, he kind of feels like one of those quadruple A players where he's definitely too good for the AHL now, but in the NHL, he just can't seem to figure it out. So, I think this deal is wild. I wouldn't have done this personally, but let's break down everything else. Obviously, $4 million is what is. I mean, the cap is going up, I guess. Left shot, 6 feet tall, obviously. He's only 23. He's still young. He's waiver eligible now, but no one's going to claim this contract if he goes on waivers and doesn't make the team. But you want him to make the team. This contract is baffling to me. I don't think it's a terrible contract, all things considered, but I would not have done this deal. You're really making a huge bet on Ville Koivunen becoming a contributor. This is from Jesse Marshall. Really good follow on, I guess, X if you are a Penguins fan. I certainly haven't given up on Koivunen. It would be stupid to do so. It is way, way too early for that. Again, he's 23. At the same time, there are undeniable red flags that have come up in his development. If those red flags continue, the term doesn't make sense at all. I agree with this. He also talked about some red flags in terms of processing at the NHL level, being able to get to the net, being more tenacious. He just doesn't have that. He's a very skilled player, and in the AHL it works because if the AHL's slower, he's a good AHL player, but the NHL he just hasn't seen it. This is from Kelsey Shermack. The Koivunen contract also tells me that they're betting on playing him in the NHL next season. He's waiver eligible. Right now, the Penguins have 15 forwards on their roster. Feels like Someone might be back in their bag soon. Either that, or they'll have to waive multiple players. When I saw this contract, the first thing that went through my head was, how does he even make the NHL roster based on how he played last season in the NHL and the amount of forwards, NHL-ready forwards, the Penguins have? There is like, where's the roster? Look at this. And this is not, they have Koivunen penciled in as the fourth-line right winger. You just signed a guy for $4 million for 8 years to play him on the fourth-line right wing. And this doesn't even mention Hendrix Lapierre for one, Justin Brazeau, and Elmer Soderblom is missing. And those guys have all been consistent NHL players and producers at the NHL level, and they provide a different level of, not a different level, a different type of play on the fourth line than Koivunen would play. Is he going to knock out Robertson, who you just signed for, 2 years? Kuzmenko, who you just brought in to be, a hired gun on that third line? He's not playing the top six. He's not kicking out Malkin or Chinikov. He's not a center, so he's not kicking out Novak, and that first line is penciled in. I think this is, it's not the worst contract in the world, but I really don't get it. I mean, Ville Koivunen, this from Jay Fresh, signed 8 years, $4 million by Pittsburgh as a young winger who's had good underlying numbers and limited minutes, but very, very little production in 47 NHL games. This one's interesting. Apparently, he has been super unlucky in the NHL. A 4.2 on-ice shooting percentage in his career, and a 3.9 shooting percentage in general is a big reason for that. But holy smokes, that is a big bet, and I completely agree. All the underlying numbers say he's been super unlucky. When he's on the ice, the team, they're unlucky, and he himself is unlucky. But sometimes you have to create your own luck, and right now he is not doing that. Right now, looking at the contract breakdown from Puckpedia, signing bonus, and then it's all a lot of base salary for year 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, 8 years for Ville Koivunen. That is super duper crazy to me. This is what Kyle Dubas had to say about the contract. There are many factors that led us going down this path, but the primary factor was watching the way the market evolved over the season, and especially the summer, and trying to get the best plan for the future of the Penguins. We view this contract as a bet on Ville, his potential, and our belief is that he is going to do the work to reach that potential. I mean, yeah, it's a massive bet. This is from Shane Goldman. Ville Koivunen has some positive signs under the hood, but an incredibly limited NHL track record. The Penguins are clearly betting him living up to at least being a middle six caliber over the contract. And yeah, he needs to be either a second liner, a low-end second liner, or a high-end third liner, a guy who might score you 50 points. And honestly, 40 points is probably worth his contract, but he needs to be an NHL player this season. And again, I bring this back up. Who is he kicking out of the lineup if he's on that? Like, what's the point of even having him on the fourth line right wing? That's not what the Penguins' fourth line identity has been. They've been more defensively responsible, more heavy. I know Duer isn't the heaviest player, but he plays pretty tenaciously. Lazard is a really good fourth liner. And then, obviously, they had Achari there, but now Soderblom is going to take that spot, in my opinion. Hendrix Lapierre is also there. Justin Brazeau. I mean, it's going to be a battle. And also, I didn't even bring up the other guys who are on Wilkes-Barre who should be making a push for the NHL lineup. Avery Hayes is one. Rucker McGurty is another one. And then Tristan Braz. I always forget how to pronounce his name. Those are three guys who could be also on the team. I'm very confused about what the plan is here for Koivunen. That's why this contract is crazy to me. This is a long one that I'm going to try to read. This is really long. Give me 1 second, actually. Let me make this easier. Okay, I pulled it up on my phone so I can read it quicker. The player Koivunen is decent. I don't think the strong underlines came out of thin air. He's willing to engage on the wall, works hard, generally makes smart plays, and with the puck, it has good positioning. No doubt he was incredibly unlucky this season in terms of on-ice percentages, and that isn't a true talent, 5-goal, 14-point player. He is not a good skater and likely never will be. He also needs to get stronger given how he plays. He plays okay through contact, but gets kind of knocked around too easily. He's got to find a way to get his shot to translate in the NHL and especially start executing more dangerous passing plays. Does he have top 6 upside? Probably not at this point. So the target of him is what? Third right wing? It's Koivunen, one of the Pens' top 12 forwards right now. What does that mean for McGurty, Soderblom, Brazeau, Lapierre? Is a trade coming? Are several trades coming? Undersized bottom 6 playing wingers, playmaking wingers with poor skating. Dude, I might be terrible at reading. Are not exactly hard to get or that expensive to sign. These types of players are frequently on waivers or available cheap in trades. The Penguins all seem to have an awful lot of projected middle 6 wingers in the system. I get that Dubas has a high risk tolerance with how the cap is, but is Koivunen the kind of player worth betting on? I mean, that's the gist of it, right? Is Koivunen the kind of player worth betting on? So let me know what you guys think of this contract. Is Koivunen the kind of player worth betting on? Seems like he has a lot of work to do to make the lineup. The Penguins' forward core is super deep. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But let me know what you guys think of the contract. I hope everyone's having a great summer. And, of course, subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace out. And we'll see you in the next video here on Penguins Digest.